Hello, my name is Martin Cueto. Today I'm going to be talking about my assigned Fortune 500 company. The company I will be speaking about is Tenet Healthcare Corporation. Tenet's mission is to help people live happier, healthier lives. Tenet Healthcare employees provide compassionate quality care to millions of patients through a wide range of services that range from wellness and primary care to chronic care management, urgent care, advanced diagnostics, outpatient surgery, rehabilitation, and acute hospital care. With 80 hospitals, 36,000 physicians, and 105,000 employees and 6 healthcare plans, Tenet can provide affordable services for anyone. Now let's take a look into Tenet's financial statements. The first screen we see here is of the company's balance sheet. As you can see in the highlighted portion of the table, total assets in 2011 equaled $8.4 billion, and in the most recent year of 2013, you can see that it has increased to $16.1 billion. This is an increase of roughly $7.7 billion over the years. Now, by taking a look into the company's assets, you can see that the area where there has been a significant increase in expenditures comes from the property and equipment portion. In 2014, Tenet has begun to see a reduction in bad debt expense through pro forma, which has already reduced by $78 million in the second quarter of 2014. Moving on to the common size balance sheet, we can see that 94% of the company is funded by debt. This has to do with the financing of new buildings purchased in late 2012, early 2013. Tenet acquired Vanguard Health Systems, based in Nashville, Tennessee, in a deal worth $4.3 billion. Through its acquisition of Vanguard, Tenet acquired 28 hospitals and 39 outpatient centers that serve communities in Arizona, California, Illinois, Massachusetts, Michigan, and Texas. The acquisition created the third largest for-profit hospital chain in the U.S. in terms of revenue and the third largest in numbers of hospitals owned. As mentioned in the common size balance sheet, total liabilities have increased by 100% in the last statement years. It is good to be able to track trends in a company because if one were to only look into a single year's statements, then the information demonstrated may mislead an investor. By doing some research into the company, we can discover that the increase in debt comes from the 35% increase of hospitals that Tenet now owns. Now looking into Tenet's income statement, we can observe that there has been a dramatic decrease in net income. In 2011, you can see that the net income was $94 million, and in the later year of 2013, dropped to negative $1 billion. One of the reasons that Tenet suffered so strongly was due to not only the purchasing of new establishments, but also seeing a dramatic decrease of inpatient admissions. Let's take a look at the toes for the company. Starting from the top, we can see that Tenet's major weakness is its current debt levels. It does have the strengths of being a diverse business, though, and offering many services. On the left column, we can see that threats to this company are that it is a regulated business and is subject to national healthcare regulations. Opportunities for this company are reduced healthcare costs and demographic trends, which illustrate that the majority of the U.S. population is leading into older age and thus more likely to be using services that Tenet has to offer. Next, we see the Board of Directors analysis. From the information provided on the slide, we can see that the President and Chief Financial Officer of Tenet is on the board. Another observation we can make is that the average age of the board members is 63 and a half. The board is composed of 7 men and 2 women, which is an average of 78% men. And lastly, by looking at the members' work history, we can see that 44.5% of them are or have been a president of an organization in the past. Lastly, we come to the memorandum. It is directed to the Tenet Healthcare Corporation Board of Directors from myself. It reads, total assets have grown from $8.4 billion to $16.1 billion since 2011. At this time, 94% of the company is funded by debt. Total liabilities have grown 100% from 2012 to 2013 due to new purchases of property and equipment. Net income has reduced by 211% since 2011 from $94 million to -$1 billion. The current board of directors is composed of 78% males, and 44.5% of the members are current or retired presidents of companies. It is recommended that Tenet Healthcare reduce their high debt levels to avoid the chance of possible bankruptcy. It would also be nice to see an increase of women on the board of directors.